A fiery legal battle escalating tonight between a Metro Atlanta barbecue business and the makers of the Barbie doll.
Yeah, tonight the owner is fighting to prove her branding was not stolen from Mattel. Atlanta News First Yasmin Alston is at Amanda's BBQ in Fayetteville, which is about 30 minutes southwest of Atlanta.
And this is all over the name Barbie. You can see the way Amanda Kinsey spells the name in her business, BBQ. But the toy giant Mattel says it's a little too similar to their brand, Barbie.
I feel like I'm a needle in a haystack to them, so I could not believe that a billion-dollar company feel threatened by our small business.
That small business is Amanda Kinsey's everything. She first started Amanda's BBQ in 2017 after she needed to raise money to send her son on a trip to China.
So I took my grill and went to every street corner in Atlanta that would allow me to grill.
It turned out successful. Her restaurant is now in Fayetteville and doing well. So she decided to begin the process of trademarking her business name. And she expected no problems until she got a notice of opposition from the toy giant Mattel.
I saw all of these patents. I was like, oh, this is for real.
In that 45-page opposition, Mattel lists out why Amanda's BBQ is too similar to the name Barbie, like the Barbie doll. The notice says the similarities could confuse customers and could impact their own business.
My name, the way my grandmother spells barbecue, that's our legacy.
But Kinsey says not so fast. The name BBQ comes from her grandmother.
Barbecue is how my grandmother spelled barbecue, because my grandmother didn't have I don't think her education was past the 5th grade.
And the pink color scheme, Kinsey says, is for breast cancer awareness after her grandmother's death.
All of this is to pay homage to my grandmother.
In a statement, Mattel says in part they support entrepreneurs and don't want to disrupt Kinsey's business, but their own trademark protects against names that have similar pronunciations. That statement continues to say in part the company hopes Kinsey will respond to their requests to discuss this. And Kinsey says she is open to discussing this, but for now she is trying to get support from her community as this process moves forward. In Fayetteville, Yasmin Alston, Atlanta News First.